Hi, it's Colin Daniel here from riffninja.com, here to give you just a wee little taste of what's happening and what you can learn on my new beginner's blues riff course. And this is a more advanced riff out of the riffs I've been teaching in this series to introduce you to my course. This one has a chromatic passing note in it, actually several, depending on how you look at it. And the theory can be quite complex for this, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, you can just learn the riff. I do have another lesson following this that will couple up with this, where I explain the riff clearly if you really want to understand it. It's basically out of the pentatonic minor scale. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I've already had given a couple lessons on that, and I think that should be fairly clear. This one goes outside into the second position a little bit, and it uses what I call intervals or two-note harmonies. And in actuality, sometimes it's playing triads too, meaning three notes. It's an arpeggio kind of thing. Arpeggio means notes out of the chord, right? Which is still a riff. I mean, any single note combination can create a riff. This comes out of the scale for sure. The main chromatic passing note we use in here is from the 4 to 5 in the key of E. This is an E pentatonic minor. And where it starts, I like to slide up on the third string with my third finger. If you set yourself up, you could use your first finger or your second finger and your first finger, but I use my second and third because there are other riffs with that movement in it where I need to get myself into the habit of that. So there is a reason for me telling you to use your third and second finger instead of your first and second. It's because it'll set you up for different riffs later, and especially if you feel like you want to move forward and you decide you like this and you want to check out my course, this will just help you. It'll get you started even earlier, right? So it depends on what you want to do with this. That's your choice, but I'm telling you, you'd be best off to use your third and second finger here. We're going to use 3 strings. We're going to use the third, second, and first string. We're going to use the third finger on the 4th fret, 3rd string. And underneath it, we're going to use the second string with the second finger on the 3rd fret. And now we're going to pluck down on all 3 strings. And that's actually a chord, a triad. So down, 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 up. 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string down. Then come back to the 2nd string and pluck up with your pick. Now the trick is to get these notes nice and clear. In other words, it's just like playing a chord. You don't want, the fleshy tip of one finger touching the string below it, because otherwise they won't ring out. Then you'll hear this. And that's no good. You want all the strings to ring out. And you don't want to do this, where you're, fretting each. You want them to ring out together. And once you get this, the rest of the riff isn't that hard. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Now we move it down 1 fret, and this is our chromatic passing note. Leaving the E string open, we've moved this is a third, a minor third. We have a B and a D here. It's a minor third, a B minor third, with an open E. The chord is actually B minor 4th, because we don't have the 5 in it. That's a little more complex piece of theory, but it's based on a B minor chord, right? Because it's got the minor third. These 2 notes here, the ones you're fretting, are minor thirds. So you're going to move that minor third around, starting at the 4th fret and the 3rd fret. So you pick the down, 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 up, then you move it down, the minor third down 1 fret, and do the same picking sequence again. Down, 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 up, Then you move down another fret. So we'll go through that. Doesn't that sound cool? Very cool ending riff. I'm sure you've heard that before. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. This is the way I've got it tabbed for you. In the last two notes, three notes actually, you pick the open G string, hammer with your first finger, and I've already lectured you on the hammering, but again I'll make an honorary mention to the hammer, that in order to get that note to ring, your finger, your first finger in this case, has to come down good and hard and firm and hold the string down onto the fret, or it won't ring out. And let that G sharp there on the third string ring out. That's another chromatic passing note, by the way. Sounds great because it's out of your chord, right? The E chord, E pentatonic minor. If you really wanted to be smooth at the very end, that's why I use my first finger there for the hammer on, is because look, it lines up with my E seventh chord of my E chord, so I'll go. And while I'm striking that E bass note, I put the other two fingers down I need to make that E chord, and sometimes I add the seventh chord with my pinky. You know, so in the end, this is a great. Oh yeah. Doesn't that sound cool? I'll do it slow again. Watch your picking. There's many different timings to the chorus too. That's up to you. You got to be creative. I could write a book on the different timings and approaches to that. It's used a lot. You'll find it in Eric Clapton's playing in I Feel Free by Cream. You'll find it in Superman by the Lost Lonely Boys with Henry Garza. That riff's in there. Yeah, I say this is a great riff. Okay, one more time. I'm going to do it one more time. I also like to slide up, randomly slide up with my third finger. You don't have to. You can just start on the fourth fret, but you can slide up to the fourth fret if you like. I didn't write it out that way in the tab, but you could. Little bonus. One more time. You can even double up, like play each picking sequence twice. So you got to be creative with it. All right, if you like this lesson and you're curious and you want to check some more out, you can come and check some more out at riffninja.com/easyriffs. And good luck, and maybe we'll see you again.